When you choose to travel a path less known, it gets lonely. It's hard. You're isolated. There will always be moments you question yourself. It's inevitable you'll have moments like this. Thankfully, when I tune in, ask myself what I really want, one, I know I'm working towards it, and two, I know it's not the life I walked away from. So to all the people out there trying new things, go for it. Control what you can, care less about the opinion of others, follow your dreams. This morning I was upset, anxious, quiet, and stewing away in my own mind. This made me short-tempered, snappy with my kids, and not that nice to be around. Why? Compare and despair. Let me explain. I'd been contacted by a young family member asking for an introduction to anyone that might help him find a job, having just finished uni. I have good friends all across the previous market I worked in, but I was hesitant to reach out for some reason. My life has moved on. I found myself messaging an old friend and they were telling me about how much the company has grown and changed. It was like I got FOMO. I went and checked the website. I saw all my old colleagues still working there. Gosh, I gave that life up. I walked away from the opportunity it represented. Did I make the right decision? So I started questioning myself, beating myself up, ruining what money I could have made. It put me in a shitty mood. Anyways, long story short, I've since had a good workout, breakfast and swim. My observation is that the compare and despair psychology is so powerful, it really catches you out if you're not careful. But by definition, when you choose to travel a path less known, it gets lonely. It's hard. You're isolated. There will always be moments you question yourself. It's inevitable you'll have moments like this. Thankfully, when I tune in, ask myself what I really want, one, I know I'm working towards it, and two, I know it's not the life I walked away from. So to all the people out there trying new things, go for it. Control what you can, care less about the opinion of others, follow your dreams. Whoa. I was pissed off and I wrote about it. And one of the beauties of content is you don't know who's reading or listening for that matter. And what comes back is sometimes the magic, in a sense, rather than the initial post. And what's happened here in particular is I was obviously being real. Like, life isn't perfect. Sometimes you're pissed off. And when you're pissed off, you're grumpy with your kids and you're like, why am I being such a jerk to be around? And in this case, it's that sense of a missed opportunity that was really bugging me. Like, I was really good friends with these guys and I did lots of good business with them and they were great people. And almost 10 years has gone by since I left this particular business, which is crazy for me to think. I've taken a lot of risk in that I left behind a career opportunity that could have been something I did for the rest of my life. But I personally knew it wasn't right for me. And I would ask myself, is this it? Is this really what I'm going to do? And I knew that it wasn't right and I had to change things. Now, admittedly, my personal situation was different to a lot of others in that I received an inheritance due to the loss of my father as a young man. And he was a wealthy guy. And so I got some capital that enabled me to make some decisions that others might not have made, in that I could quit a career and I could go and try and do it myself, do my own thing. I was hell-bent. I wanted to build my own business of some form. I wanted to invest in other businesses. I wanted to control my own time. And 9 years later, I'm still very much on that journey and figuring it out. And it's by no means answered. And lots of stuff has gone wrong since. But to share with you what happened after sending this, which is the fun bit, I'll bring it up. And I'm not going to say who sent me this, but I just want to read some of it because it's really quite impressive. So, mate, your last Noster post, you're right there where you need to be mentally. Stood in your own fear objectively for a short period of time to understand it. It's very, very positive. Good effort. You know that one. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Gym pain, that's actually true. Stab yourself in the eye, not so much. Wheel back to emotional pain. Viable, pressing, negative feelings arising from introspection. Weakness leaving the mind. Sat around in your own head in loops. Not. I can just see a fellow traveler, you're about to push down some walls, and that's fucking brill. I can literally feel that your level of conviction and seriousness about what you want has recently gone up, as a result of redefinition, and it's all new, and you're half worried about what total commitment to your challenges will result in. Burn the ships, and hence the title of the second point. To us, the burning of the ships paraphrases the act of absolute commitment by forcing the mind to think and act progressively in order to complete a goal. Anything in life worth having is hard to get. We burn our ships to narrow our focus. There is no retreat from this beach, no way to go back home, forward or oblivion, mate. And there was a few other bits and pieces here, but I just loved that. It was a really supportive message, and it was recognition of progress being made, which ironically you can't see in yourself in that moment of anxiety, frustration, FOMO, compare, and despair. And so what is this all about? It's personal development, right? Working on yourself, figuring out how to think better and try to push for different results or better results or do something different. And so when you sit down and you have an idea is in some ways a dream. And that dream, you can try and action it or you can't. And when you decide to, such as in this case, it's like, okay, I want to strike out on my own. I want to run a podcast that it's going to specialize in long form conversation, and it's going to be me speaking to other people. I'm going to use that platform to then build multiple other businesses as the right opportunities that come up align with what I actually want to do and how I want to spend my time. But getting there is really hard, because actually some days you're like, oh, maybe that's a better opportunity, or maybe I should have done that, or oh, I really fucked up. I probably should have kept that job that I used to have. And the point is burn the goddamn ships. There is no route back. Figure out the way forwards. And that got me really pumped, because I'm like, well, first of all, here's a friend that I wouldn't have had I stayed in that old job, one. Two, it's so correct. It's like, until you actually take that step, you take the risk, you head in a direction that you want to go, but you're not sure how to actually get there. It's like you have the target or you have the destination, but you don't know what the journey or the road is to get there. And that's okay. And unsurprisingly, when you're on that road, there are moments of frustration, and there are moments of fear, and there are moments of self-doubt. To use the word that I had, what was it? I was stewing away in my own mind. Like, I think we've all been there, right? It's like, isn't that painful? Anyway, to anyone out there that's thinking of trying something new for the first time or wants to bring an idea into reality, of course, sit down and think about why. Why do you actually want to do that? Is it what you want to do with your very, very limited time? Attention is our scarcest asset, as I keep talking about in previous episodes. It's like where we point our attention every day is the most important decision we make. And the only thing scarcer than Bitcoin is human time. So we've got to make sure that we're making the right decision. But in some ways, you have to take the first step to see what unfolds. And I love that process or phrase of action leads to clarity. So, okay, we'll start trying and see what happens. And you're not going to get it right straight away. In fact, you're going to fail loads. This is reminding me of another post I actually made today. 1 second, where is it? Shout out to BTC Gandalf for this. I was reading some of his excellent newsletters about You Are the Monopoly, which I highly recommend people have a look at. But he quoted, to be good at something, you must first suck at it. It's like, absolutely true. But guess what? If you burn those boats, there's no way back. You have to figure it out.